Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Admin Series. Today we are going to discuss Introduction to Sales Cloud. So let's see what we are going to cover in this video. So first we will see about Salesforce Customer 360. Then we will have a quick introduction to Sales Cloud. Then we will see the different standard objects provided under the Sales Cloud. So some of them are campaigns, leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities, products and price books. And then at the end is the contracts, orders and quotes. So we will learn basic idea. We will take the basic idea about different objects, how it works in Salesforce. So we will see that. So let's start. So the first thing, Salesforce, as we have seen are in the introduction video as well. Salesforce is a leading CRM platform. And what is CRM? It is customer relationship management. Then it unites marketing, sales, commerce, service, and IT teams from anywhere with Customer 360. So what is that? It is a one integrated CRM platform that empowers entire suites of connected apps. So what happens, like when you have an organization, you will definitely have different divisions in your organization. So what does Salesforce Customer 360 does? It gives you a one single integrated CRM platform where you can connect your different units or different divisions of your organization. And these units can also be anywhere in the world. It doesn't need to be on a single place, but still Customer 360 using Salesforce, because it integrates different platforms, you can have all the suites of applications or all the suites of connected apps on one place. So that is the main advantage of using Salesforce Customer 360. So let's see what all things Salesforce Customer 360 basically covers. So obviously it will have your sales, service, marketing, commerce. Then you have different applications, other applications. You have something called analytics, where you can analyze what are your sales are, how you can achieve more sales, how well you are giving services to your customers. Then you have something called integration, where you can integrate these applications to each other as well as to the third party application. Then you have something called employee experience, where employee can also give their experience. How is their experience, basically how the employees flow work in an organization, that can also be captured here. Then you have something called trailblazers and reskilling, where you can learn more about Salesforce, different functionalities, different modules in detail. Then you have applicable this Customer 360 for any kind of industry. They can use it, and they can take they can basically get the advantage out of it, because it covers a huge range of different kind of business lines. Then it is applicable for partners as well. And definitely when you use all this, it will give you a successful implementation of your organization. And that too, it will be present, like you can access it from anywhere because it's cloud based. So this is what Customer 360 is all about. Then you have something called Einstein analytics also, where it's like basically helps you analyze your different business processes, or different deals, or I would say different kind of whatever you're capturing in your organization according to your business line. So you can basically analyze those details, and you can take your future decisions based on that. So that is what can be done using Einstein analytics as well. So let's see what is so as you see here, we have seen that these are the different I would say divisions where Salesforce can be used. So the first one, as you can see here, the sales, which is very important. So earlier when it was created, it is more I would say more concentrated on the sales side of any business. That's why you can also say it is called Salesforce. But then afterwards, as the company grows, it took over all other divisions also, like we discussed. It took more, basically, it explored more areas of any organizations which are also very important other than sales also. So in this video, we will learn. We will basically concentrate or focus mainly on the sales module of Salesforce. So let's see. The Sales Cloud provides everything needed to manage a business. So basically, whatever Sales Cloud gives different functionalities, or I would say it gives you a wide range of functionality, and that will help you to manage a business. It helps in generating the best deals, manage opportunities through the sales pipeline, and cultivate relationships with the existing accounts. So, if you have any new deals coming up, or if you want to make more deals, and that to the best deals which will give you a best revenue. And it is also like managing your opportunities through the whole pipeline. Like first it comes to you, then you work on that, and then there are like many stages in a sales pipeline, which we will see in a bit. So it basically helps you to manage that pipeline, and how a deal will flow through that pipeline. And also you can cultivate your relationship with your different companies which you are working with. It is especially designed for sales teams and helps them to connect with the customer in a whole new way. So obviously, it is specifically, as the name suggests, Sales Cloud. So it is specially designed how a sales team work in an organization, how they work on a field level, and helps them to connect with your customer. But then in a whole new way, because now you have access to your data from anywhere. Even if you're using the Salesforce mobile app, then you can have the access when you're on the field also. It doesn't require you to be sitting on the computer or laptop and just getting those information, but even from your phone you can get those information. So these are few things which are very important for any sales team or any salesperson who is there on the field, or who is there or anywhere. I would say anywhere. And then because everything is in cloud, you need not to like update each and everything to your team back there, because they can also see whenever you update something, they can also see it in the system, because it's in the cloud. Sales Cloud puts all the customer information in one place and manage every interaction from first touch to closing the deal. So basically it gives you many placeholders where you can manage your different interactions with the client. So first, when you get to know the client, that time also you have some data, you can store that in Salesforce. And at the end, when you are closing the deal with that particular customer, though that amount of data can also be stored in Salesforce. So now you have like whole 360-degree view of that customer from starting to the end. So that's what basically very important thing which is provided by Sales Cloud. And using Sales Cloud, you can have all this information in one place. So let's see what are the different objects, or I would say the different placeholders that Sales Cloud provides us, and where we can store a different kind of data in what different objects. So let's see. The first one is the campaign. So whenever, if there is I would say if there is a company which is dealing with a whole process, like from starting from the marketing till the end, like the servicing also, services giving to the customer as well. So when they start the marketing thing, they conduct different kind of events basically. It could be like sending an email or telling about, basically it is telling about your product or services which a company is providing. So a campaign is an outbound marketing project that helps in generating leads and prospects that could become a deal in the future. So basically campaign is an it could be an event as in like a face-to-face event, or it could be on the web, or it could be through email. So there are like different kind of marketing projects you can see, and that will basically helps you to get the prospective customers. Like, okay, if we will send this email telling about the product to these number of target audience, so maybe out of them you will get the leads. Who leads are basically who will show interest in your product. So we will discuss leads as well. So but just here, just to give you an idea, so basically when a person comes up and shows an interest in your product or your service, so that means if that person is coming through any marketing project or marketing event which your company has conducted, so that means that particular marketing project is your campaign, and from that campaign you are getting that particular prospective customer or a lead. Campaigns are used to track marketing activities like direct mail programs, seminars, print ads, email, and other kind of marketing collateral. So basically, when you conduct these kind of different, suppose you have a company where you're selling some products, and you want to you get a few contact details from maybe your one of the expo show you have conducted, or you have participated in one of the expo show. So that expo show is your campaign, and whatever contact details you are getting from that expo show, that would be your leads, like whoever like maybe filled that form for you, or you want to contact them in the future about your product, and let them know more about it, so that they can maybe in the future they can convert into a deal. So whatever those activities you are conducting to get those prospective customers, those activities basically you can track in the campaigns object in the Sales Cloud. So campaigns can be organized in the form of hierarchy, or and this campaigns you can have like multiple campaigns, and maybe then you can have a sub level of campaigns. Suppose you have a campaign of I would say a yearly campaign, but under that yearly campaign you have like a summer campaign, a winter campaign, or a fall campaign. So you have like those kind of hierarchy you can have. Like, okay, the main campaign is the yearly campaign. Under that I have summer, winter, and spring and fall campaigns. So those kind of hierarchy also can be built in the campaigns object. So whenever you like click on the campaign hierarchy, you can see, okay, this is the main campaign. Under that I have sub levels of campaigns. Then members can be added to a campaign. So now when you have a campaign, so when you have a campaign in the system, you want to add members to that campaign. Okay, using this campaign, who all people have interacted with you, or any type of contact or any type of person when it is interacting with you through that campaign, so that can be added as a member in that campaign. So it could be a lead, it could be a contact, or a person account. So it depends like what type of that individual is in your system. Based on that you can add that member to the campaign. With built-in campaign reports, target audience, their response, and revenues can be analyzed. So now you have some built-in reports also. Like Salesforce provides these standard campaign reports, and using these standard reports, you can basically analyze what kind of target audience you have targeted, and how they have responded to you, and what could be the possible revenues you can generate when you have conducted this particular campaign, so that like it will help you or guide you in the future as well, and it will give you a clear picture what was this campaign all about and how it helped you to achieve your target basically. So that's what a campaign is about. Then we have something called leads. So as we have discussed that the people, when they show interest in any of your product or services, it can be through campaigns, or maybe it can be like a random interest coming from anywhere else as well. Maybe you are contacting someone directly, not through any campaign, but just directly sending someone information about your product or services, or maybe someone have heard about your product or services from anywhere, and now they're calling you to get the information about it. So those persons are basically your potential customers, because currently they are not like basically purchased your product or services, but if there's a possibility that they can be converted into that successful customers for you. So leads are used to track potential customers when they are not actually customers, but then they could be your customers. So those potential customers will be tracked by leads object in Salesforce. So a lead or prospect is a person that may be interested in an organization's products or services. Source and status of a lead can also be tracked along with basic details and to which company the lead belongs to. So it happens like sometimes when you are doing business with another other companies, not like the individual customer, but when you're doing with like business to business kind of relationship you have, or your selling process is like you're selling it to directly to some kind of business. So so when you're selling to some company, you definitely must be contacting to an individual or a person or a team of people over there. It's not like you're calling the company, but then you are talking to a person, right, from that company. So those details also can be tracked in the lead, along with from where it is coming, from which source, like from any web source or from calling. So there are like different source values are there in Salesforce. This is a pick list where you can select the different lead sources. You can also configure your own values in the lead source along with the standard ones. And then you have something called status of a lead, where you can basically see the okay, currently this particular lead is at which status, like is it qualified, is it just submitted, or is it like in progress. So these are the different status of a lead that can be basically gives you an idea, okay, how far we have reached to this particular person or this particular company to basically sell our product. So how far the interaction has reached with this particular person. So this could be an individual person, or this could be a contact from a company, a person who is working for any of the companies with which we are dealing. So those are along with this the basic details like name, phone number, email address, physical address. So all those details also can be tracked using the leads object. Then sales team use this leads to work and qualify their prospects with the goal of creating opportunities. Once they get all this information in the system about the leads, then they work upon it. Like they do like calling, they schedule maybe a meeting or something like that, where they can basically qualify their prospects. Okay, this person is actually going to be like, we can offer this product, or we can suggest this particular service to this person based on your interaction with that particular person, or after getting the idea what actually he or she is looking for. So based on that, you qualify the prospect, and what is your goal? That finally you convert it into a successful deal. Obviously that would be your final goal, any sales team final goal. So for that, they will use this leads data basically. Then you have something called assignment rules and auto response rules, which can be set on the leads object. So what are these rules? We will discuss it in a different video because it's a whole new, it will be like a whole another topic to get discussed because it has few steps. What are these rules, how they are defined in the system? So we will take it up in another video, but just to give you an idea, is basically assignment rule is what assigning this leads to a particular owner or a particular team that they will going to work on this lead. So basically defining it. If you have a whole large team, then everyone will get the idea, okay, I have to work on this lead, so I will go ahead and work on this particular person or this particular company. So those rules can be defined, like how when a lead is coming into the system, how it can be assigned to a particular owner. So you can basically define those rules. And then you have something called auto response rules. So it happens like when you are going through the life cycle of a lead, when suppose when a person is, you get the information about the lead in the system. So the first thing you want to send them an email saying that thank you for your interest and we will get back to you. So those kind of auto responses can also be set on the leads object. So when that lead is coming into the system, or maybe through the life cycle of the lead, you want to send some of the responses to that particular customer or that particular company. So you can set those kind of auto response rules as well. How we can set that in the system, we will take it up in another video. Then duplicate leads can be auto merged. So it sometimes it can happen like, okay, that person has come to any of your expo show, and maybe that person has also clicked somewhere on your ad in any of the websites over there. So now you're getting that person's information from both the sources, even from the expo show as well as from the internet as well. So now you have the same person contact information or same lead in your system, maybe twice or thrice. So you have an option that you can basically merge these duplicate leads into a single lead. So that auto merging can also be done on the duplicate leads. Once a lead is qualified, it can be converted into an account, contact, and opportunity. So once you're fine, okay, final, okay, this lead is qualified on all our criteria, and this lead wants to go ahead with the purchase of a product or services. So that means this lead is qualified. So now you will convert this lead into an account in the Salesforce. When you convert any lead, when you click on convert, it will give you an option to convert it into an account, contact, and opportunity. So it might be possible you have that company already existing for which this person is working. So you need not to convert it into a new account. You can just tag the same account for which this person works if that is already there in the system. So you can have that account. You can create, you will be creating a contact, like that would go under your contacts object, where you can have more details related to this particular person when they have decided to go ahead with your product or service purchase. And finally the opportunity. So finally you are getting started with the deal. It is not closed yet, but you are now getting started with the deal. So the deal will also have their own life cycle, but then you will have that information in the opportunity object. So when you convert a lead, it's not necessary that you directly convert into an opportunity. You can just convert it into an account and contact, and maybe later you can create the opportunity all by itself. Or if you're sure, and if the process of your organization is like that, you can convert into an opportunity directly from the lead. So whatever, you can also like map those different fields which you have captured in the leads, and you can map them in the accounts, contacts, and opportunity. So like you have the details like phone number and email. So that will be like flown to the contact object because you can map those. Or suppose if you have any custom fields which you have specifically created for the leads object. You have created some custom fields. So when you are converting it into opportunity or account or contact, so based on those custom fields details, what exactly you're capturing in those custom fields can be mapped into the account, contact, or opportunity. Maybe you can map it to some standard fields if that is like matching, or you can also create custom fields on these objects, and you can map those custom fields from lead to any one of these objects. So it all depends what are things you are capturing on the lead and which you think it will going to be help you in the future when you are looking at the count, contact, or opportunity. So what those values would be needed in which of the objects. So based on that, you can do those kind of mappings. So once you click on convert, those field values will be flown to other objects as in when you convert it. So this is about lead, but then it's a whole topic to we can discuss. Like I have said, that we can have the rules defined, we can merge the duplicates, how we can convert it into account, contact, and opportunity. So we will see all those in action in another session. In this session, we are just getting the idea about different objects which are used in the sales module, so that once you have like a basic idea of all these objects, so when we will go ahead and do things in our Salesforce organization or the developer org, you will get a clear picture. Okay, whenever I click on the lead, you know, okay, this is like tracking a potential customer. Whenever I am clicking on the campaigns, means I am basically capturing any marketing activity. So that's why we will discuss these objects and get the basic ideas, and then we will implement that in our developer org. So next object is your accounts. So basically accounts, it represents the companies or individual you do business with. So as the name suggests, accounts, or maybe you can say organization, just for your reference, but like standard name in the Salesforce organization, in the Salesforce org, it is called accounts. So basically accounts are like the different companies you're doing business with, or if you're dealing with the individual customers, your individual customers will be your accounts. So accounts are the center point and will be closely connected with other objects. So when you're doing business with any person or any other company, so that would be like your center point, because everything revolves around that. All the different contacts related to that account, or maybe all the different opportunities or the deals you are getting from that account, so all those will be revolved around this particular accounts object. So it is like a very important and a center object, and it is closely connected with other objects like through relationship. As you have seen that accounts is related to the contacts, or account is related to opportunities. So basically the account object has relationships defined with other objects, and if you have created any custom object where you can think of like, okay, this should be related to the account, this should be related to any of the companies you are working with, so you can build those relationships as well. So there are two types of accounts. One is the business accounts, which is store information about the different companies you are working with, and then there's something called person accounts, where you store information about the individuals. If you are dealing with any individual, so then those will be your person accounts. As you must remember, like in our tots buddy organization, to basically we are dealing mostly with the schools, because we are conducting different programs in those schools. So for us, the schools are our accounts. So schools, we will treat schools as a company for which we are working or we are doing business with. So those schools are our accounts or organizations for us, and that's why we are capturing the school details under the accounts object. It captures all the details related to a company along with its associated contacts. So you have different details about any company, like the its website, phone number, number of employees, what kind of company it is, what industry type it is. So those are the different company related informations which you will store under the accounts object. And then you will have something called associated contacts. So okay, who all are working for this company to whom you are contacting on a regular basis. Okay, you are calling CEO, you're calling MD of that company. So you have different contacts from that company, with whom you are basically contact on a regular basis. So those all will be captured under your associated contacts with that particular account. And then you can have something called, similarly, we have seen like campaign hierarchy. We can have account hierarchies as well. So to build an account hierarchy, there is an option of parent account. So suppose you have the parent account as Tata. Now under that you have another account as TCS or Tata Motors or BSNL, or so any of the subsidiary of the Tata can be captured under uh, parent account called Tata account. So those kind of account hierarchies can be maintained in the accounts object. So when you click on the account hierarchy, you can see the whole structure. Okay, this is the parent account and these are the subsidiary accounts, or these are the sub levels of account of this particular parent account. So that is about accounts. Let's see what we have next is the contacts. Now you have the account in the system, but then you are talking to any particular person from that company, right? It's not like you are talking directly to company. Company is made up of people only. So you have to capture those individual person details as well. So it captures the details of an individual person, usually associated with accounts, but can be linked with other objects like opportunities and cases. So it can be happen like mostly the contacts are related to a company or an account only. Like if you have a business account, then you have a business contacts. If you have like person accounts, you have like individual contacts. But it might happen, it depends what kind of organization you have. Suppose your organization is just supporting your customer for any kind of issues they are raising, or maybe like with the issues or the services which are raised is called cases in Salesforce. So if suppose that individual person is raising a case with your company just to resolve that particular issue with you, it's not like they are coming from any account or any opportunity or any deal or leads. No, it's not like that. It depends like what kind of company you have. Suppose they are raising a request for any of maybe any technical difficulty or any other kind of information they want. So if they're raising that case, so that contact can be linked to that particular case. So then you have that individual contact details stored in your system, and then you can associate that with that particular case. So contacts can be associated, mostly in most of the cases it will be associated with accounts, but then it could be like a individual entity as well, and it can be associated with other objects like opportunities and cases. A contact can be linked to multiple accounts as well if contact to multiple account setting is enabled. So there is a setting of mostly like one contact, one account. I mean, like one contact is linked to only one account. It's like the basic, you can say, basic ideal situation. Okay, this particular person is linked with this particular account or working with this particular company. But it can happen that you have organization structure something like that. Okay, this person also have his or her own company, and also maybe doing job in another company, and both of those companies are your customer, then you want to link this person with both those companies, both those accounts. But then that is possible only if you have this setting called contact to multiple account is enabled in the system. If you have this setting is enabled, then only you can link one contact to multiple accounts. Otherwise, one contact will be linked to only one account. So one account can have multiple contacts, but one contact will have only associated with a single account. But if you want to do it like link to multiple accounts, you have to enable this setting. Contact roles specify the part that each contact plays in an account, contract, case, or opportunity. So basically, as the name suggests, what is the role of this contact? Like what this person is basically, when we are talking this person, what kind of role he or she is playing for this particular company. So we will get that idea from the contact role. Contact role basically tells you, okay, this person is a CEO, this person is a accountant from this company, or this person is a maybe like a end user of for this company. So it all depends, like you can define those different contact roles, and then you will get the idea, okay, whenever you're talking to that person, you know, like what things you have to discuss, because this is the role or this is the part this person is playing in this particular company. Then as you have the account hierarchy, similarly you can have contact hierarchy as well. So contact hierarchy shows who reports to whom according to the reports to field. So now suppose you are doing business with one of the companies, you have like 4 5 contacts from that company. So if you have this contact hierarchy in your system defined, so you can have it like, okay, you can see this is the hierarchy, okay, this person is at the top, under that this person is coming, under that this person is coming. So basically the who is at the lower level is reporting to the upper level. So you will get that hierarchy in your system. So whenever you click on that account and you will click on the related contacts, you can see that hierarchy if you are using this reports to field. So then you can see, okay, these 5 contacts are related to each other in their company. How the hierarchy is that can be also you can see in your Salesforce or using the contact hierarchy feature. Then you have private contacts that are not associated with any account, can also be captured by adjusting the account page layout. So what you can do is basically when you have any private contacts, so it could happen like there is some few people in the organization to whom you are dealing with or to whom you are talking for different reasons, maybe for different works or something, but they are not related to any contact, and they are also not your like kind of person accounts for you. So what you can do, you can adjust your account hierarchy, I mean, not hierarchy, but the account page layout and the contact page layout in such a way that that person's information can be captured without associating to that person to any account. So it will be like a individual contact or a private contact for you, who is not connected with any of the accounts. So that can be also captured, that information, without associating with this person to any account. So you can adjust the page layout in such a way where actually account is mandatory. You can make it like non-mandatory, and you can capture those kind of details. So you have to adjust in the account page layout and the contact page layout. You have to do some of the changes, and then you can capture the private contacts as well. Then you have accounts in your system. You have the company information which you are doing business with. Then you have different contacts of that company. Now the most important part comes when you start dealing with that company on a particular product or services that they are interested in to purchase. So now they have shown you interest, you have converted that particular interest or lead into account and contact. Now you have to start the deals. So qualified deals which are in progress. So now you know, okay, this person is going to buy this particular product or service from our organization. So they will start creating opportunity for that account or contact. I mean the account, like the person account or the business account. So those qualified deals which are currently in progress. So to basically track that progress, you will use the opportunity object, also used to produce sales forecast. So when you have all those details related to the deals in the system, that can also be used for forecasting. You must have heard, like in any sales organization, you must have heard about the forecasting, like, okay, what do you think the target will be in the next quarter, or those kind of forecasting. Okay, these many clients we will be getting in the next quarter. So those kind of forecasting, sales forecasting, can also be done based on the opportunity details. Opportunity records track details about the deal amount. Okay, when you're doing deal, you must have a price, or you must have a amount involved. So you can capture that deal amount. Then what is the expected close date? Then you are thinking, okay, now you have created opportunity. Suppose on today's date, your target is to close this deal in like 30 days. So that would be your expected close date. And then, okay, this opportunity is related to which account and to whom you are contacting related to this opportunity. So those related accounts and contacts will also be tracked under the opportunity. So basically you can, you already have built those relationship between the opportunity and accounts and contacts. So those related details can also be seen under opportunity objects, along with the other details like amounts and expected close date. And then you have something called revenue also. So those are like different, I would say, like the main fields of the opportunity. Opportunities can be created directly or by converting leads. So as we discussed, once we convert the lead, it is an optional thing. You can directly convert that lead into an opportunity right away at that moment, or you can just simply convert into an account and contact, and at later point of time you can go ahead and create a opportunity uh, individually. So you have to go to the opportunity tab and you have to click new, and then you can create it from there as well, or you can just convert the lead and create an opportunity. So it all depends how your organization works, how the process flows in the organization related to that sales. So based on that, you can create the opportunity. There are a series of stages through which an opportunity progresses. So when you have that deal in the system, it flows basically through different stages. Okay, it's not like that the deal has come and it is closed. It's not like that. It goes through few stages. So there are some common stages which are already defined in Salesforce, but then you can have your own stages also defined based on the organization's use case, or based on the organization flow. What are the different stages through which a deal should pass? So based on that, you can define these stages. And with each stages, you can basically connect a probability. Okay, for this particular stage, if suppose I have 100 leads, or I have 100 opportunities, so 30% of opportunities will reach up to this stage. When they will reach up to this stage, it means they will be getting closed. So if 30% of them have reached to the prospecting stage, so it's going to be certainly closed. It's like probability. It's not like it's final, but then it's a probability to give you an idea. Okay, when 30% of the opportunities reach up to this stage, it is going to definitely close. So when you are on the negotiation or review, suppose your probability is like 70%. Okay, so 70% of the opportunities, when they reach to this stage, it's more likely that it will be closed properly. It will be like you will get the deal, you will close the deal with uh, basically with a success. So that's what this stages are defined. So that you can see here the prospecting. So when you're just getting that deal, now you are working, you started working on that. So that is your prospecting stage. Then you are proposing something or giving the price quotes to your organization or the customers to which you are dealing with. So that is another stage. Then the another stage could be negotiation and review. Maybe you're negotiating on the price or the dates or product discount or any kind of thing, and then from the other side you're getting it is getting reviewed. Even from your side, if you want to review some other details about the organization or the company you're dealing with, and then at the last you have closed. So that closed could be one, like you have successfully closed the opportunity, or lost, like you couldn't go ahead with the deal to be successful. So it would be closed, but then you have lost that opportunity. So it depends, like it is won or lost. Based on that, you can have different stages. So these are like some of the common stages, but then you have many more stages in Salesforce. Some standards stages are already defined, and you can also define your custom stages. But whenever you are defining that stage, you have to attach a probability amount, probability percentage with that. And also you can also basically, if you want to use the opportunity for a forecast functionality, so you have to attach a forecast category as well. So these are few things which you have to keep in mind when you're defining an opportunity, and when you're basically defining different stages for the opportunity. The probability and forecast category will be attached to each and every stage. So it will help you to basically it will guide you, okay, this much is probability is to get this deal closed successfully, or if you are using it for the sales forecast. Then once you have opportunity, now if you're selling some products, it depends like what kind of thing you're selling. So for our case, it's like more of a, in the taught studies, it's more like a programs and workshops. So that would not ideally be come under, like it's our products, but then the standard products which are provided by Salesforce, that will have a whole different kind of information that it captures. So because we as a, like the programs which we are conducting in schools, it's not like directly can be stored in the standard products object. That's why we have created a programs object over there, because the requirements or the fields which we want to capture, it was like a they were like different from the standard products field. But if you have a company where you are, suppose you're selling laptops or you're selling mobile phones, so those are like your standard products which a sales company sell. So you can use to track what's selling and in what quantity. So basically, what are your different products which you're selling? Suppose if you're selling shoes, so you have like different kind of shoes, and like you can also define the quantity of those shoes you have in your inventory. So those will be your product details. Products can be associated with opportunity, quote, order, or contract. So as you have seen, if you are doing a deal or if you are creating an opportunity, obviously you are selling a product. That's why you are creating an opportunity, right? So you can basically attach a product to the opportunity. If you are sending a quote to a customer, or if they are placing an order or signing a contract, so all of these should have a product for which they are doing all these things, right? So the products can be associated with these objects. A price book is a group of products and their associated prices. So now you have products in the system, you have the quantity. Now you want to define price for that particular product as well. Like you have some cost price, some selling price, different kind of prices. So you have an object called price book where you can basically define the price for the products which you are selling. Now products must have a standard price defined to be available to add to an opportunity. Now you should have a standard price list for all your products. Then only you can associate that with the opportunity, because if you don't have a price, uh, does it really qualifying as a product? Because if you want to sell something, you should have a price for that. Then only you can sell this to the other person or other company or any organization you are doing business with. So a product must have a standard price defined. Then only you can see that under the opportunity related objects of product, that you can add it from there. If you don't have a price defined, that product will not be visible in the list. And now then you have two types of price book. Suppose you have a whole lot of customers, and but then you have some categorization of customers. So you, if you have like same price defined for a product for all type of customers in your system, then you can use standard price book. But there are some scenarios, or there could be possibility that you have like different prices for different type of customers. Okay, if it is like a in the north region, you want to sell this product on this particular price, but in the south region you want to sell this particular product on this price. If you have those kind of scenarios, or maybe like any scenario where your price will be differed for different customers, then you have to use custom price book. So then you have to define a custom price book, and then you can give the categorization. Okay, this particular set of customers will see this price, and this particular set of customer will see that price. So that is your standard price book and the custom price book. Now we have product sets. We have also defined the price book. Now the mostly the final touch to any deal will be the contracts, orders, and quotes. So basically, a contract is a written agreement between parties. So now you have two parties involved. One is your organization, the other one is a company with which you are doing business. So now you want to have a written agreement between those two parties, so that can be captured under a contract. So these are not all required things which you have to do, but it all depends what kind of business processes you are following in your organization. So it might happen you are selling something like that which doesn't need a contract, so you can skip this contract. You can skip the quotes part, or you can skip the order parts. It all depends what is the use case or what is the business process you are following. So based on that, Salesforce has provided like a wide range of objects. It depends on you or your organization what things you want to use or you want to skip. So basically, if you have this process in your organization about the contracts, so that can also be captured in Salesforce using the contracts object. It used to define the terms for doing business with the other companies. So what is a contract? Basically, it gives you some set of terms. Okay, we will do business like this. I will sell you this product, or I will basically if some order gets cancelled, this will be the policy. If order is returned, this should be the policy, or like different kind of terms basically. So contracts can be tracked through approval process and workflow, or process alerts can be used to remind about contract renewal. So so you can track the process, and it should get approved. Ideally, it should get approved from any of your teams from your organization. Once the contract is built, it should get approved. So you can use the approval process for that purpose. And also, when you know a contract is going to expire, you should get a renewal notification or renewal alert. So that can be done using workflow or process alerts. So basically, you can associate or you can create approval processes or workflows on the contracts object for these purposes, to track the contracts or maybe to give you an alert about the renewal of the contract. Contract start date, contract term, and contract date are the important fields. So if you have a contract, you should have a start date and end date, and you should have a term. Like if you have a start date from today's date and your term is like 6 months, like this particular contract will be valid for 6 months. So these set of rules or these set of policies which are defined in this contract will be applicable for next 6 months. So that will be your contract term. So once like start date plus 6 months will be your end date. So these are your important fields whenever you are capturing or whenever you are configuring a contract in your system, whenever you are creating a record for the contract in your system, these are the important fields which should be captured. Orders are used to track customers' requests for products and services with a known quantity, price, and date. So basically, they are placing an order. So that will be captured under your order object. And then you have something called quotes in Salesforce. So quotes are the proposed prices of products and services. So you have like different products and services. You have defined few prices also for those products and services. But then when you are generating a code, you want to give some kind of discount maybe, or you want to add additional price for shipping and handling. So those will be your proposed prices for that particular product or services, and that proposed prices will be taken care by the codes. So that is also kind of a document where you document those details and you can send it to your customers. So those are like different things which can be related when you are dealing with or doing business with other persons or contacts. So these are the main I would say the building blocks of Sales Cloud, where Salesforce provides all these different objects, standard objects, and then it also gives you a flexibility to create custom objects. If suppose you have a business, something like that, which is not basically qualifying these standard object to store those values or those details, you can definitely create some of the custom objects as well. But mostly if you see from a sales organization perspective, these are the main objects or these are the main entities which will be getting used in any of the sales organization. So they are like more details about each and every object which we have discussed, how we can basically create a lead, how it gets converted in an account or contact and opportunity, how the opportunity thing flows, how you can define different sales processes in your organization. So we will cover that in another video, and I will show you a whole I would say a whole life cycle of a sales process for a particular product or service, how it should flow it in the Salesforce, and then how you can basically customize it based on the organization's use case. So it all depends. So we will cover that thing in our next video, where I will show you the whole flow of a sales process, I would say, in a Sales Cloud in the Salesforce. So that is all for today's video. Thank you all for joining me.